what's up? You're watching Cheap Seats. I'm Riley. That's Graydon. And today we are going to do our Week 16 predictions for the NFL.
And as you can see, I've been taking a lot of notes.
It's beginning to look a lot like football. Week 16 is here.
Mahomes, he has a sprain, and Gino, he is insane. It's the Week 16.
I hope you guys are having a wonderful pre-holiday hot pep rally.
Hot pep rally?
I hope you're having a hot toddy and a pep rally.
Oh, a hot toddy pep rally look-alike contest at my house tonight.
Get that Christmas shopping done, all right?
Santa Claus's look-alike contest.
Santa Claus look-alike contest in my chimney on December 24th.
Yeah.
That's good. Wow, you have slippery hands today.
Hanukkah starts late this year. Feel bad yet?
Why would I feel bad?
I don't know. It sucks for them.
I mean, I don't decide that.
Usually they get a nice overlap, and now it starts on Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
That is weird.
What is it, 14 nights? 13 nights? 13 nights of hell.
It's 8 crazy nights, I think.
8 crazy nights.
I think is what it is.
That's a technical foul.
Yeah, for
Watch
sure.
8 crazy nights.
Watch Adam Sandler's cameo in Chris Rock's episode of Saturday Night Live that came out last week.
Oh, he was back on?
Adam Sandler was in a little sketch. It was
like
pretty
that.
fun. It actually it broke down. The sketch didn't work at all, and then he just started addressing it.
Yeah.
Which actually was great. He
That's
said, though,
good.
one of the new cast members, he said, I don't really know what your role in this skit is, but you're getting FaceTime, so good for you. I hope your parents are happy. it was good.
That's nice,
good.
man.
Yeah, so...
Not a great week of football ahead of us, man.
I mean, I feel like there aren't as many do-or-die games
that
as
time of
there
year, yeah.
usually are at this time of year, though, because there's
Yeah.
not a lot of hot playoff races.
Yeah.
It's really, we'll see if the Bengals can put something together, try to get in there. Sneak
yeah.
their way in there if the Chargers lose.
They got a tough road.
They got a tough road ahead.
They
but
gotta play the
I know
Browns.
they got to play the Browns, who
DTR-led Browns.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Yeah. Good
That's-
luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Unless he grows 5 inches, I don't have much faith. But
Whatever.
Thursday night matchup is a big one.
Yeah, this one actually matters quite a bit. This
Sure
is
does.
this is the Broncos versus the Chargers, and the Broncos are up 1 game in that division, 1 game in the wild card race. The Chargers off a tough loss, getting blown out by the Bucks.
Yeah.
I believe in the Broncos more right now, but I feel like Chargers back against the wall. Justin Herbert, interdivisional game.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be interesting.
I got Jim Harbaugh on a bounce back here. I just find it hard. They didn't have to travel. They got blown out at home. Herbert got hurt in practice, which isn't a great look.
No.
Like that just means like end of the season fatigue. Like he probably took a snap and was like, "Oh, I'm tired."
Yeah.
That sucks, but he's gonna play.
Yeah. Cool stat about this game really quick. These are the 2 best defenses in the league right now. They both have 17.6 points allowed per game.
Wow, on the nose.
Yeah. And so I saw Brandon Perna said it, but this will be the first game in NFL history that ends in a 17.6 to 17.6 tie.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Riley Moss still out. Sertan's gonna play. He got banged up last week, but he's gonna play. I don't know. I like the momentum's definitely with Denver.
Totally.
But they've been kind of thriving on those takeaways. So pending Justin Herbert's not a guy who throws a lot of picks.
He's not a guy who throws a lot of picks, but he doesn't have J.K. Dobbins right now.
Yeah.
And so he's going to have to throw a lot more. The Broncos have no run game and haven't all year.
Yeah.
They've been able to function that way, though. I mean, Bo Nix can scramble. We've seen it happen. But, and he can do, he can, do a boot or, just a check down, and they'll figure it out. But, I kind of feel like the formula for the Broncos works well. They don't have to change much up, and the Chargers have to kind of rethink how they're doing offense right now because it's just Ladd McConkey and Justin Herbert and Will Dissly. It's really not much else going on there. So
I'm taking Chargers on a bounce back just based off of coach, based off of quarterback, and I don't see them losing at home back-to-back weeks. And, yeah, I don't know. Bo Nix has got to go up against a tough defense here, and I'm still not all the way in.
Okay. I'm gonna take Broncos on a bounce back just offensively.
Yeah.
Bo Nix had a terrible game last week. Did not look great. Yeah, and I don't know. I just kind of want to pick a little bit different, and something tells me there actually is something with the Broncos right now in terms of momentum. I see them kind of trending upward, and the Chargers, maybe they were just kind of like that middling team that they've always kind of been, where they sneak into the playoffs, but they're never really a threat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Broncos, and I think that opens that road for the Bengals a little bit more.
Sure does.
Which
It's slim, but it's there.
And unfortunately, I hate to say it because they are a division rival, I kind of want to see the Bengals in the playoffs. All right. Broncos for me.
They asked Joe Burrow about that argument with Zach Taylor, and he said, yes, he told me to be happy with the win.
Yeah.
Jesus, Joe.
Well,
Jesus, Joe. Chill out, man.
He threw 2 picks and fumbled the ball, and they had...
Yeah, but why is he pissed at the coach?
10 turnovers.
Yeah.
Not the Bengals didn't have 10. It was 10 in total in the game, but they're playing the Titans too.
Yeah.
I get it. I get where he's coming from, and I think it's probably a good thing that you got a quarterback who wants perfection.
Yeah, and that's why he's dating Olivia Ponton.
See, I still don't know who that is.
Perfection.
Yeah, you've
She's
talked about her
bi woman.
lot all week.
Perfect bi woman.
Yeah.
And she's perfect because she's bi.
And you know what? I'd say, you know what's perfect to me? I say, bye, woman. Get out of here.
Every week's a bye week for Joe Burrow this season.
Oh, yeah.
He ought to be well rested.
That's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Because he's dating a bi woman.
Right. Yeah. And aren't we all? Next game.
I just say bye, women.
That's what I said. All right.
No, I said it funnier, though.
You said by women, whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, this is the Texans versus the Chiefs. Texans have looked not so great recently. They did get a win last week, but C.J. Stroud still looked really bad. The Chiefs are starting Patrick Mahomes in this.
Well, he's full participant in practice today.
What?
A full participant in practice today.
Patrick Mahomes was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm
not worried about that injury at all.
No, I mean, he gets the same one every year, and it's the same time every year too. That one, the only thing that's weird is like the other ones. I went back and watched when he got hurt in those other, and it's like nothing really happens. This one looked like it hurt.
Yeah,
like it looks like a real ankle sprain.
Yeah, for sure, and it's gonna bother him till the end of the year.
Totally.
Like, even if they're in the Super Bowl, he will have a limping moment where everybody's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But there's nothing better than a star player doing something miraculous on an injury. It's like one of the greatest things in sports. This game's weird because the Texans sewed up the division last week. They're not chasing the 1 seed, obviously.
Right.
The Chiefs want to maintain the 1 seed, but they're nursing their star player. And the Texans can't, like, let off the gas because of, like we said, like, they need to figure some things out offensively. Mixon's been kind of banged up and slowed down. C.J. Stroud definitely hasn't put up the numbers we expected.
Their O-line's bad.
The defense is, like, getting it together. Been good all year, but they're still figuring things out, and this is, like, a great test for them to, like, work on some things. And so it's more like it's almost exhibition-esque for the Texans. Like, a win here doesn't matter that much. You just want to see, like, good numbers and remain healthy. And if they get down 3 possessions in the 4th, it's like sit the starters, whatever.
Yeah. This spread is weird, though.
Yeah, it is weird.
Like, the Chiefs are at home.
Yeah, they just haven't put up numbers.
I mean, I get that, but, like, that's a weird, like, that's one of those that I'm not one of the people who's like, Vegas knows something that we don't, but, like.
It's a straight pick'em game.
It's an odd game. I'm gonna pick the Texans here.
Yeah. I have the Chiefs with or without Mahomes, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that offensive line is my biggest concern for Texans, as I think the defensive line of the Chiefs could feast on them.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go with the Chiefs because the Chiefs, in a way, this does matter. Like, they need to win this game. And I feel like because of that, I think they're going to play as hard as they can to win. And I think the Texans could easily have that just subconscious thing of, like, it doesn't really matter if we win here as long as we show up and look good. Yeah. So I'm going to say the Chiefs win this by, like, 3. You know?
Hollywood Brown's first game, too. Excited to see that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's good for whichever quarterback plays.
All right.
Both on the Chiefs. Next one, Battle of the Division. This one definitely matters. I mean, the division is still in the grasp for Baltimore.
Yeah.
This is going to be a battle. Steelers won the first matchup. Ravens are coming off of an explosive, definitely positive game, and the Steelers are coming off the exact opposite,
Yeah.
where their defense gets exposed for the first time. I would be really, those are my biggest questions here, that the Steelers defense that got exposed in the pass game last week against what we thought was one of the worst passing offenses now has to play the best passing offense.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson is just throwing little seeds all over the place and planting gardens left and right in the end zones. No Pickens again.
Okay, no Pickens. How about Watt?
Watt, I think, will play.
I think Watt's going to play too.
I got Ravens by a lot here. I think the spread's right. I think this is more than a touchdown game. I don't know. After talking to Logan on Nerd Sesh, the big Steelers fan, this offense comes and goes with George Pickens. And if he's not there, I don't really see how they have anything explosive unless the defense forces a turnover, strip sack. Najee gets in the end zone a couple times and they can just kind of sit on a lead. I don't see them being able to keep up in any sort of potential shootout with Baltimore.
Yeah. I think Ravens at home. Yeah, I don't know. This one's kind of a toss-up for me because I do feel like Russell Wilson has the potential to get out there and play hero ball a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that interdivisional games like this, especially Steelers-Ravens, Steelers have had the Ravens number. And so, oh man, this one I could go either way on it. I really...
Flip a coin.
Nah, I'm not going to flip a coin. Okay. I'm going to go with the Steelers to be different from you.
Ooh.
That's what I'm going to do.
You also don't know how to flip a coin. That's why you won't do it.
I know how to flip it.
You don't.
Well, I can toss it and it's like flipping it. I just going to go like this.
Heads or tails.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or boobs or butt coin.
Boobs or butt coin. Coming soon.
I forget if that video is probably not out yet. Yeah, there's one of your ideas in the video.
We talked about that earlier this
genius. Week. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Wrong.
That's fine. Russell Wilson playing hero ball. Maybe Freiermuth has a big game. Maybe Najee Harris has a big game running the ball. The defense holds up against Lamar. Lamar makes some mistakes for the first time this season.
Psych.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just. They've always had the Steelers beat the Ravens a lot. That's like the Ravens rarely beat the Steelers. So
it'd be a clean sweep for them this year. That'd be very impressive. It would pretty much seal the division. I think it actually would.
Yeah.
Up next, somehow this game's very interesting because we get Michael Penis Jr.
Yep. Kirk Cousins sitting down after a win.
Yeah, had a worse passing game than he did even the prior game where he had 4 interceptions though.
Yeah.
Somehow won that. He just can't move. The guy became a statue of himself before he retired, which is interesting. That's the first time that's ever happened. He immortalized himself and cast himself in bronze and can't even do what he does best, which is play action, which involves about 8 steps and turning your back to the defense and then turning back around into a passing position. He can get back to do the fake handoff, but then he kind of just looks the other way until he gets sacks, or he throws it behind himself and then throws an interception. It's sad to see an old man fall apart at this time in his career after getting $90 million. I guess I can't really pity him that much.
Yeah, but now we get another old man who gets to play his first NFL start.
Yeah, you know? Penis.
Yeah, Michael Penis Jr. He's 38.
Holy, I think 38. Wow, I think he's 38. Just graduated college.
Yeah, wow. I think he's 38. That's what happened with COVID. You know?
It's funny to think that, to start the year, if you were like, all right, come week 16, who looks more old, Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins?
Like physically old,
just performance,
their face. Oh,
not physically old, no.
Oh, okay.
Because they're both coming off the Achilles.
Yeah,
Kirk's a little younger, but you'd be like, oh well, by week 16, Aaron's probably going to be showing. Real fatigue.
The thing about Aaron Rodgers is that he won back-to-back MVPs a few years ago, and Kirk Cousins never did that.
No, not even close.
No. So I'm saying the ceiling was always higher for Aaron Rodgers, which means generally the floor is a little higher too, you know?
Yeah.
Like Kirk Cousins, it makes sense.
He's just younger.
Yeah, but his Achilles and then I don't know.
God.
Yeah, it's the God
stuff.
Says
how God's not real, Kirk. Keep fucking praying all you want.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers does the opposite of praying.
Yeah, he becomes God.
Yeah, he gets naked in the forest and he's going to go. Actually, I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers is missing this week because he's going to be on Mr. Beast's Pyramids of Giza video.
Oh,
yeah.
He's doing that.
Mr. Beast rented out the pyramids for 100 hours for a video.
What's he gonna do?
Yeah, we don't know, and that's
Check
the
it-
scary part.
It's scary.
I'm pretty sure maybe it's sponsored by Airbnb or something. It's
What
just
if
gonna
he-
kind of
what if he
carve out
totally-
the middle of it.
Totally crashes out. He's like pissing on him and like spray painting. He's like smoking cigarettes, like whipping beer bottles at him. He's like, "This shit's just bricks."
That'd make me like it better. Like him.
Me
better.
like better.
That would make me like Mr. Beast better.
Does Penix look good in this offense? I think so.
Yeah, of course.
I
was impressed by him. I like him.
I'm just interested in. I mean, this is a great first test.
Yeah.
He could go out and just really light it up, and we could, Bucks lose, Falcons win with Penix. All of a sudden, there's rejuvenated Atlanta hope going into the playoffs with their top 10 pick. But I don't know. I'm worried about how many first team reps he's gotten all year, which has probably not been a lot. He's on they are playing Sunday. I was about to say they're on a short week, but he gets this week with the first team. Maybe last week he got some if Kirk was like on the fence of getting benched, but it'll be interesting. He's a lefty. That's different for all the receiving guys. It's even different for the running back catching handoffs. Like those little things are weird to adjust to in week 16, but I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, and again, I mean, we saw what Lamar did against this Giants team last week. It's a great first start. It's like what they always talk about kind of with like weird quarterback, like competitive quarterback rooms going into the season. They'll be like, well, they're not going to start him in week 4 because they're playing the Chiefs or they're playing the Steelers or whatever it is. And then they'll be like, well, week 6, they're playing the Panthers. Yeah. That's the first start for this guy with the backup or whatever, and I think you got to start Penix here. I think Penix becomes the starter for next year. I think the Falcons win this game, and I think they do not make the playoffs. And then I think they kind of rebuild with Penix from here on
and
out.
just eat 90 mil.
Yeah.
Do you think that anybody will trade for Kirk?
Maybe. The same way it's like it's Aaron Rodgers and him are like, all right, if you think next year's draft is better.
Yeah, it's just Aaron Rodgers comes at such a more affordable price. Someone would have to pay Kirk Cousins like $30 million next year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it works. Wouldn't the Falcons still be paying him because he's guaranteed money?
They have to pay their guaranteed amount, but they could eat less of the contract amount if they find someone to trade with. If they just cut him or keep him, they have to pay everything, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I do think people say that this is a weaker QB class in the draft, so I think there's going to be a few moving pieces, but I think there are also a lot of promising backups from this year that I think might get a chance to start for 1 year so that team can maybe chase getting fucking
I'd rather have Mac Jones than Kirk.
That's it. I guess, I don't know. He's younger.
He had a spin move. Kirk Cousins hit a spin move in 1984.
Yeah.
That was the last time he hit it.
I guess if you're a football team that's trying to decide between a guy named Kirk and a guy named McCorkle.
Yeah, it's tough call.
Then you're not in a great place.
That's a coin toss.
That's probably not a playoff team next year. Yeah. So I'm going to go with the Falcons.
Yeah, me too. Show me the penis. All right. We got the Panthers versus the Cardinals. Cardinals are still in the race. Let's say Rams and Seahawks lose. They're right there at 8-7. Right there. They get to pop their head through the old chicken coop and get pecked on by the Roosters with everyone else.
Yeah.
Get
a lot of great sayings today. Yeah. James Conner's been great. I feel like that's an under.
And he beat cancer.
Well, yeah. But I mean, he's had a really quietly great year. I don't know. Kyler's kind of looked a little washed past few weeks.
Yeah, he's been making bad decisions, especially when they went on that. They were 6-4 or something, and then they went on a 2-game losing streak. He just looks to be making bad decisions in the red zone, not really doing the things with his legs you want him to. There's times where he has 11 yards in front of him, and he fucking throws it across body backfield or something, and it's just run and slide.
When did that game come out? The video game?
No, I mean
didn't happen this year.
Did not happen this year,
okay.
And a lot of people are saying that was just Cliff, because when he played with Cliff, that's the time Cliff's offense kind of goes out of styles after week 7. It's Call of Duty. He's referencing Kyler Murray. Historically, has a huge statistical slide after the new Warzone comes out every year.
Yeah.
But this year he's been kind of steady, but making some questionable decisions at the end of the last 4 games or so, especially in the red zone. I think they take care of business here. It's It's going to be a cold game, and they're like asking Kyler about that. I think it might be one of the coldest games he's ever played.
Oh.
Because like he played
in
at
Carolina?
He played at Oklahoma. Yeah, it's going to be 35 degrees.
That is not that cold, but sure.
For these guys, it is.
Yeah, I
and
guess,
they were talking to Kyler Murray in the press conference. They're like, "Oh, it's going to be really cold." He's like, "I've played in cold games before. Like, I'm not that worried about it." He goes, "How cold's it going to be?" And they said, "I think it's going to be 35." He goes, "Oh shit!" Like
Really?
literally says it out loud.
That's wild.
Which to me is like yesterday it was 36 in Detroit, and I was like, "This is nice."
Yeah.
I was like, "This is good winter weather." Like I couldn't play football in it though. Probably.
You couldn't?
No, I probably couldn't play football in any weather.
Yeah, you're not. That's not your sport.
I probably couldn't play an NFL game, a full NFL game in any weather.
I could play. Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
In any weather.
In 66?
66, 85, 11.
Oh, this
Yeah.
guy's got grit.
That's my range, I'd say.
Hell yeah.
Actually, I could go up to 96, I think, if I had some Gatorade.
What the fuck is that?
Gatorade?
Yeah.
It's a drink.
Sounds goofy.
It's like a color that you drink.
Is it alcohol?
No. Well, no.
Oh!
Mine, I spike it, but
I guess I'll try it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's good for you.
Okay.
Not your sport. Just
Okay.
not your sport. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Cardinals by a grappo here.
I don't know. Xavier Leggett is got a belly
Awesome.
full of raccoon, and I think that is
He's rabid.
He's gonna fuel him up. He's gonna take out the trash, if you will. No, I think the Cardinals are gonna win, but I don't know. This is another.
Pick the Panthers. Be fun.
I feel like I'm so indecisive today. And
You
I
are.
Think
It's annoying.
the holiday season is getting to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I get for this person? What do I get
I
for this
know.
person? Who's my love? Who is she? Where is she? Those types of things. You know, who am I going to end up being? Am I going to have a nickname when I'm older? Stuff like that. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff. So, is winning important? I think about that a lot for sure. Yeah, is success defined by wins and losses?
I have totally tuned you out.
Yeah, that's cool. Whatever. I'll pick the Panthers.
He picked the Panthers. This guy's a fucking moron.
Okay, all right, whatever. Lions Bears is next.
Ooh, divisional matchup against a team that's lost 8 in a row and looks so fucking pathetic. It makes me sick to my dick.
Yeah, I love that saying. Sick to my dick.
After watching Hard Knocks, I was like, I like Chicago, a
Mhm.
gritty city that deserves a winning franchise. And then this has just been one of the hardest train wrecks to watch in recent memory.
I think they should give him another team.
Yeah, like the
Should-
Whitecocks.
Yeah, it's like the White Sox and the Cubs. You know,
Yeah.
there's like 2 teams in New Jersey.
That's
There's
working out well with
2
the
teams
White
in
Sox.
LA. Yeah, the White Sox are great, obviously. But I remember the heyday. Paul Konerko.
Yeah.
AJ Pierzynski. I mean, come on, they were a powerhouse back then. It's the Lions. The Lions are gonna win this game.
Yeah. This is a decent game for them to get. It sucks they kind of have to go out and probably play a cold game with a team that's already banged up. You have to worry about other injuries, but the Lions' road to the Super Bowl demands that they have the number 1 seed, because I don't think, as banged up as their defense is, they're capable of going on the road and winning in Philadelphia. Like winning 3 road games if they don't get the number 1 seed feels impossible for a team as decimated as they are. Winning 2 home games feels pretty realistic.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna play at home, if they don't get the 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, they could fall to the 3 seed.
Well, they wouldn't be 3 seed. That's not how it works. It's the division winners. So like they would be they'll either be the 2 seed or the 5 seed if they don't get the 1 seed.
Right.
And
So I guess
2
they
seed
could
you
be the
get
5.
home games unless you play the 1 seed.
Yeah.
The rest of the way. And then if you're the 5 seed, you would be playing the 4 seed at
Right.
home, which is probably going to be the Bucks.
Oof.
But I will say this, the Lions-Bears game was close,
Yep.
the other one, and that was in Ford Field. This one, they got to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
The Bears are better at home this year than they have been in away games, but they've lost 8 in a row.
This is a scary game.
It is kind of a scary game because if the Lions lose this one, conversations are going to be awful.
Oh, it'd be a funeral.
Yeah.
It'll be the whole town will be having a funeral for the team that could have been.
But yeah, they'll literally be like the 8th seed in power rankings. Like they'll be everybody's 8th team, which is insane.
Yeah.
Because they were everybody's 1, 2, or 3.
They just have to
weeks.
come out with a really, really nasty offensive game, because if they put up 26 or more, I don't think the Bears can score that much.
Yeah.
That's really the key here. And even if their defense is just water,
Yeah.
I feel like the Bears' errors will allow them to make some stops. Caleb's bad throws are going to cause some 3-and-outs.
Especially because their pass rush is still there. You know, I mean, it's banged up, but they have a pass rush.
Losing Aleem really, really sucks.
Yeah, but Caleb under pressure is so rough this year.
Yeah.
I think he'll figure it out. I do think that he's like a skilled player, but I think the Lions have enough of a game plan going into this where they can beat this team.
Yeah.
Even though it's a divisional game and those can be tricky,
It's just interim coach. It's not like this Bears team has any familiarity. It's not like Keenan Allen, Caleb, and the Udrich or whatever, the interim coach, are like, these guys aren't. They're not like, oh, we know Dan Campbell and the Lions.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Dan Campbell knows these Bears, and this does feel like the game where people are starting to doubt. Dan Campbell loves this more than anyone else.
Oh, yeah.
Like, being in this position, people giving up on him. Like, this is what he's good at, is motivating people in these instances. So even if young guys on the Lions have doubts, I feel like he's going to get them fired up, and they get this win.
2 weeks ago, I remember people saying, like, the Lions are no longer the hunters. They're the hunted.
Yeah.
They're like, you know, whatever. And now, again, they are the hunters.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's counting them out. They're underdogs. Nobody thinks they can do it. And so I do think that's a good position for a Detroit team of any sport to be in, because they've always been like that. They've been a franchise that does not usually win like this. And so, I kind of like it. I like the feeling of it. I just hope that it works.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm going to go with the Lions.
Up next, whoa, that's not the one I had. That just took me by surprise.
That's the one that I had.
Yeah, it's the one I have too. I just looked at the next one next. So
yeah.
It scared me.
Titans-Colts.
An exciting game here between Mason Rudolph and a quarterback who kind of plays for the other team.
Yeah. Anthony Richardson really loves to throw it to the other team or just like launch it 90 yards into the stands.
This might be the game I care the least about this week.
Oh, I don't care at all. I'm going to pick the Colts and we just move on.
Yeah, I hope Jonathan Taylor gets in the end zone 6 times for my fantasy team, and I hope Will Levis somehow throws an interception like while on the bench.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's not on your fantasy team.
And not in the league I'm with you, buddy.
You're in other leagues?
No shit. You think all I care about is you?
No, not
I got
me.
Other friends, dude.
You just never talked about your team in other leagues. I was gonna say I
play Huntley's family. My rivals are his old aunt.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they yell at me. They DM me mean hate speech.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like slurs and stuff?
Yeah, one of them called me a slur that you'd call like a Northern Canadian person. I'd never even heard of it. I had to Google it. It's fucked up.
Was it?
No, it wasn't Jingle Horse.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay. I got the Colts, I guess, just based on manpower alone, and Mason Rudolph's a racist. So,
yep.
There we go.
Colt 45, 2 zigzags. All right.
Here we go. But the potential final matchup of Aaron Rodgers versus Matt Stafford. We got to take moments in like this as fans of the NFL. We just don't know if this is the last time we're going to get to see one of the great quarterback matchups of our lifetime.
Yeah. I think also, I was thinking about this yesterday. It would make so much sense if the Jets were statistically eliminated from the playoffs and then all of a sudden look really good and win the rest of their games.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Rodgers leaves this season and like, oh, he was 7-10. It was close.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. I was like, well, no, they had 3 wins last week. So
I will say, I'll keep bringing it up, man. I think 7 or 6 of those losses are 1-possession games that you can't really point to Aaron being the reason for them.
Yeah. They lost by 1 to the Broncos.
Yeah. I mean, this season could be a lot different. So, I don't know. The weirdest thing right now, vibe-wise with the Jets, obviously the record and all that shit sucks. Garrett Wilson wants out so bad. And, while they had one of their best games of the season, especially offensively last week, he was just flipping out on the sidelines. You hate to see that. You also would like him to just, if you're going to be a little baby about it, go request a trade and shut up. Don't, bring everyone else down with you.
Yeah.
So those are bad vibes. I have the Rams here, just their fight. They have reason to fight. I do like what I've seen out of Kyron Williams. I think Cooper has a bounce back game here, and I think this game's close, but I do have the Rams just because it matters a little more, and they're a more filled out team.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams as well. I think that they're just right now the better team. I was thinking about that yesterday with the Jets too, where I was just like, going into the season, it made so much sense on paper that they would be great. And you look at who's on their team and all their weapons, and I'm like, they really should be great. And I would almost love to see Aaron Rodgers just play with people he's unfamiliar with a little bit, because they just keep, like, it's like Alan Lazard.
Yeah.
You know, that connection has already existed. They got Devontae now, and it's like, that's cool. I love seeing that happen, but at the same time, I'm like, it was too good to be true sort of thing. And the Rams have always been really, really good when they're healthy and they're well coached. And the Jets, I don't even remember their coach's name right now. So
I'm flipping the LA upside down. I'm taking the Jets.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. There's something in the air. I feel like, I don't know. I like that they win out, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, bring him back. We love him.
I do think Aaron Rodgers is kind of playing for, like, his next, he has to, he's got to be good enough to be on another team next year, or be on the Jets again, I guess.
And if you're telling me he wouldn't love just putting a rusty prison shank into the side of Matt Stafford and sucking his playoff cock out of his life.
I feel like he has a lot of respect for Matthew Stafford, probably.
Well, yeah, but he wants to take his life away.
That's usually people don't kill people they respect.
Oh, well, you didn't grow up in like the feudal ages. A lot of times you had to.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Neither did you. But
I did.
Well, not really.
I remember all my past lives because of my ayahuasca trip I took with Jordan Poyer last year.
Oh, really? Yeah. He's new to that too. So what did you guys?
We became one, and then all, and then everything, and then nothing.
Oh, nice. How was the hand pan?
The hand pan was sick.
Yeah, obviously. I love the way that sounds. It's really cool. But...
Unfortunately, it did make me pee.
What did?
The hand pan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it made me piss.
Yeah. I thought it was a bedpan, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes.
Next.
But, all right, next.
The division is still up for grabs, believe it or not.
Yeah, I don't believe it, pretty much. But I do believe it, because you said it.
Yeah.
I trust you. But, yeah, this one is weird. The Commanders kind of need this one,
Yeah, 9-6, terrible win last week.
Okay, I will say this, though. Jaden Daniels has looked very good the last 2 weeks, and I didn't know about this. I like literally just watched somebody else talk about this, but I didn't realize the reason that game even had, like the end of that game even happened, is the refs just made a mistake and stopped the clock at 9 seconds when it should have just ran out and the game was over.
Yeah.
And then they went for the 2-point convert. Like, they shouldn't have even scored there.
Right, but they were down on the one. Either way, they let fucking the Saints charge down the field on them. I don't believe in this defense at all.
Right, that's fine.
Marshawn Lattimore did make his debut last week. That's going to help if the Eagles try something like that. God bless you, child. God bless your family. That is going to help against A.J. Brown. That's going to be the matchup there, but that's also a guy coming off of injury having to guard A.J. Brown in his second game back. So I think whether that works or not, Devontae's last week was super promising, and I think the Eagles will rely on pass a little more here just to take some of that load off of Saquon.
Yeah.
Because he obviously is starting to get a little wear and tear, banged up last week, is going to play, but they're not going to give him 28 carries.
Right.
So we'll see. I got the Eagles here by probably a whole touchdown. I'll take them a little more than the spread.
Yeah, I'll take the Eagles here too. And I think one of the strengths of Saquon being there and just that run game in general is that Kenneth Gainwell is good.
Yeah.
Like, he's a really good backup, like could be a starter for another team. And I feel like, they've used them interchangeably, but when Saquon is getting, some of that load taken off of him to maybe preserve him for the playoffs, I feel like they've still got a great run game, and especially against the Commanders' defense. Yeah. So I'll take the Eagles.
Agreed.
I hope that the Commanders win, though. I really do. I like to see them win.
Then take them, man.
No, you don't just pick the teams that you're rooting for.
What? Let's go to the next game. I'll prove you wrong.
Okay.
Browns by 20. DTR doesn't even throw an incompletion.
That's
what I'm going to say.
That's really smart analysis.
I'm going to say he goes 21 for 21 with 2 picks and 2 touchdowns. Like, the ball never hits the ground. He'll throw a couple picks, of course, because he's short, and sometimes he's so late on a read it makes me go. And Nick Chubb's on IR. I love Jerome Ford. He had a big buster of a run last week. I think he'll come to play. I think we'll get Njoku back. Fuck it, dude. I
I
love
hope
it.
we have Njoku back. He is on my fantasy team, and it was a big old goose egg last week because I don't have a tight end on my bench.
This is a big Super Bowl game for the Browns as a shitty team. You get the Bengals coming into, or we go into their town. They got a glimmer of hope in their eyes. Joe Burrow's dating Olivia Ponton, who's probably in the stands. They're probably going to cut to her 10 times more than they did Taylor Swift. And then we get to go in there. Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, sack battle here. Trey's in the lead. If Myles goes in and fucking throws Joe Burrow into the cat pound or whatever the hell they call their back of the end zone, weak ass, dumbass fan section 3 times. He leaves with the sack crown.
I will say, I think we have the rare opportunity to rob Joe Burrow's house, if you will.
Girl, it
Go
ain't
into
rare.
Cincinnati and rob Joe Burrow's house. I will say, because it's not an away game, he won't be distracted by checking his security cameras on his phone and stuff.
Could be as distracted by Ponton in the stands.
Yeah, see, I still don't know who that is.
Pun.
But at the same time, I'm going with the Bengals here. Their back's against the wall. They have a chance to make the playoffs.
Where are our backs?
On the ground?
Yeah, probably.
Honestly.
That's where Joe Burrows is going to be.
When he's doing snow angels after they win.
It ain't going to snow.
Oh, it's not?
I don't know.
He'll do grass angels then.
Grass.
Turf angels. I just think right now, that offense is so good, and our secondary has had some issues. And so I think that they are going to tear that up a little bit. And I just don't believe that the Browns their offense isn't going to be clicking well enough with a new,
it's going to click.
quarterback. I don't know. It's third one of the year. I think they're just going to see what DTR can do.
For whatever
DTR
reason,
loves throwing picks too.
Kevin is so good in quarterbacks' first games.
Yeah.
I feel like he draws up something so sassy. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a triple option. You know what I mean? He's going to use it's going to be a lot of read option slants, quarterback runs, and a heavy dose of Jerome Ford. I love it. I love the Browns. I love this
Jameis
team.
Winston lose his first game? So did Joe Flacco last year.
What?
I'm just saying, you said Kevin's so
Puts up great numbers.
Oh, great numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll have fine numbers against the Bengals when they
Fine
lose.
number, son.
I'm just saying.
You know what's a fine number?
What?
8.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that number.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And that's how many we're going to win by.
Okay. All right. I'm picking the Bengals.
Go Browns. Vikings, Seahawks. I'm picking this as game of the week.
This game is awesome.
This is Graydon Weaver's game of the week.
Oh, nice.
Why haven't we done that all year?
What
the fuck, dude? Why didn't I get to do a game of the week all year?
You can do whatever you want. You just never come up with ideas.
Graydon Weaver's game of the week. And then,
And then
what do I do? I guess I'll say it. And then we could have like some sort of graphic or something.
yeah, like a graphic. Yeah.
And then maybe like just camera in on me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And I could be like, let me tell you why it's the game of the week. And I'll do like all the implications about the game.
Implications of the game.
And then I'll have like a bunch of extra stats about that game.
Yeah, details.
Details and stuff. I'll like talk about
Maybe uniforms they're wearing. Or...
uniforms they're wearing. And then I'll talk about like past matchups. I'll be like, here's like the last 10.
Oh, yeah.
It's gone on down. But this is Mike McDonald's first time around.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If you want to do that next year.
All right.
Or
I got the Vikings, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Vikings.
Gino's gonna play.
No, he really?
Yeah, full participant practice today. Who would have thought?
I did not.
He walked off the field last game, and everybody said, "Bye, bye, Gino, goodbye. You played a good season, but now you're not a guy. Sam Howell sucks, but he will cry. Singing Seahawks season's over, my guys." That's what the 12. That's what
they
the
all
12
sang
said
that. Okay. I literally watched a predictions video last night of somebody else on YouTube predicting the games and said that Sam Howell was getting the start.
Yeah, it's because they suck and they don't know the stats that I know.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Vikings are better right now. It is tough to go play in Seattle though. That's a loud place.
They were pissed about the amount of tickets they gave up to the last team that played in town.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett was shitting on him today in an interview. He said, "Come on, 12s, buy more. You can't let all of our tickets get sold like that."
Yeah.
That's scary to see. And Vikings fans are insane and they're having a really great year. So I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a little purple streak on those Seattle underpants.
Nice. This game is on our friend Rosie's birthday.
Who?
Rosie.
Oh, a little skinny fella? Skinny Jewish guy.
This skinny Jewish guy, yeah.
I liked him.
He does shoegaze and like post-punk and stuff like that.
He lived in my house?
He lived in your house. He lived in my house.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He still has a birthday.
He still has one, yeah. Yeah, this is one of them, yeah.
It's 2 days before Raymond's birthday.
Raymond's birthday.
Happy birthday, Ray. Happy birthday, Rosie. Belated to Nick.
Oh, yeah. Internet boy.
Belated to Nick.
Yep.
Anybody else want to shout out?
Any other birthdays? Yours was on the 13th.
Yep.
That happened, along with Maddox and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And then is there any other ones coming up? Or
No, it's good, I think.
Jesus. My boy, my main man, Jesus, on the 25th.
Oh.
No, Jesus is on the 27th.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a party monster.
Dude, that guy's insane. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about that guy.
All right,
honestly.
cool.
He pissed me off
Well,
last
yeah,
weekend.
if anybody's got any more birthday shout-outs, we'll do them $5, Instagram reposts, all that, as per usual.
Yeah.
We're both on Vikings here.
Yeah, we're both on the Vikings.
Show me the next one.
I will say really
What
quick,
the
pull
fuck?
that one back up really quick. I saw it said Vikings at sea, SEA, and it says likely place for them to be. I saw that on Twitter. Vikings at sea. That's a likely place for the Vikings to be, is at sea.
Next, I can't believe we went backtracked for that.
Sorry.
Patriots, great team, full of great players and a wonderful coach. Go into the Bills, who are a troubled franchise with a lot of questions right now.
I meant the Patriots are missing their bill right now.
I was just gonna say, if this was a Bill Belichick led 3-11 Patriots team, this is a game he would win.
Yeah, he
He would go into Buffalo and like everybody's so high on Josh Allen, and he'd make him go like 11 for 26. He'd have like 3 picks, and everyone would be like, "This old man's insane."
Yeah.
Like he would draw up some sort of defensive thing, and I think he still hates Buffalo enough that maybe he gets on the phone with Gerard and says, "Let's Mayo this happen."
Drake maybe not.
Yeah.
I'm just joshing. But I think the Bills are all in on Josh this year.
Nothing can Shakir their confidence.
Shakir. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
Can they or can they not?
It's a Dawson Kincaid. Is that his name? What's his fucking name?
Dalton
Kincaid. My fault.
Whatever. I got Bills here, obviously. Actually, I don't think they win by 15 or more. So I would take the Pats with the spread. Drake Mays looked really good, and whatever. I think it's like, the 12-point game.
Billies.
Next game.
Next.
I haven't even picked one here. I'm sorry. I said Titans Colts was an unwatchable game. Yeah. But yeah, this is pathetic. Aiden O'Connell might play. This is really a battle for if the Raiders somehow accidentally win, they could lose the first pick.
Yeah.
Is there like one of those games where like everybody's trying? They're gonna be like a stiff arm and the defender's gonna be like, wow! And then the quarterback like trips.
About the Raiders, yes. The Jags, I think right now Mac Jones is going to be playing like he wants a job in the NFL.
He does want a job in the NFL. And so does Aiden O'Connell, he doesn't want to get fucked.
But he doesn't, like, as much as I've talked shit about Mac Jones, Aiden O'Connell is not a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Maybe not a starter, but if he trips on his own dick and then plays bad, he might not even get another contract for the rest of his life. He might end up mowing grass.
Oh, look at the Jags record. Ember is the color of your energy. Whoa. Ember is the color of your energy. Whoa.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't even. Do we have to pick this game?
I picked the Jags.
I'll pick the Jags too.
Okay. And next, we've got 49ers at Dolphins. They're both 6-8, which is so weird. If you said that these two teams at the beginning of the season had the same record, I would assume that it would be a winning record.
It's kind of sad. And if you would have told me both these coaches are like on, not hot seats, but like warm seats.
No.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
They're talking about trading Shanahan. Mike McDaniel's being asked about his job every week.
Yeah, but
they're warm seats. They're not hot.
That's fine. Whatever.
They're 6-8. Crazy disappointing seasons. Mm-hmm. They're both like kind of inventive, creative play callers who have quarterback questions going into next year with offenses that are ranked 16 or below. I mean, that's where they butter their bread. And the bread is without butter.
Yeah, so specifically the Dolphins have always been an offense. Well, the last couple of years have really been like they rely on their offense and their defense is kind of like shaky.
Gets it done.
The Niners are like both sides of the ball great usually, and this is just a weird season where injuries did plague them at the beginning, and then it felt like it was more of a funk, like they just kind of couldn't get out of it, and so I think the Niners win this one and just kind of put the Dolphins to bed.
I have the Dolphins here just based on offensive. Like, I think Mike McDaniel, Tua's numbers have been pretty good since he's come back. I think this passing game is still deadly. And for some reason, I just see, maybe we get the breakaway Tyreek touchdown here and maybe a takeaway from Brock. There's just not enough firepower on the Niners offense for me to be like, I think the Dolphins can put up 24, and I don't think the Niners are going to do that.
That's fair. I do think Mike McDaniel really wants to win this game because obviously he was like...
Wants to shut up his haters.
And, I mean, I just mean like he used to coach for the Niners. Yeah. So like, he likes to he wants to just host them and shut them up in a certain way. Or just like prove something, whatever it is. I think he's just got that kind of spirit about him, but... I still think the Niners are going to win this game for some reason. I just think that, I guess I don't know how they get it done on offense either, though. When I think about it, I'm like, is it
your guy Garendo?
Is it like Kittle and Garendo?
Yeah.
But
maybe Debo catches a ball this week.
I don't know about that. I think I think that Brock has a lot to prove. And I think the Dolphins thing is like a mirage. It's just not coming like clear enough yet.
Yeah.
You can't really like see the vision of them like being an actual playoff team. There's just too much in the middle of the season that just tanked them. Yeah. And I think that right now Brock is playing for like that money.
Money, no.
Yeah.
That money be that only inspiration.
I'm going to go with the Niners.
All right, I got Dolphins. Next, we got the Bucks versus the Boys. Really odd how the Cowboys are 6-8. Yeah. So odd and so unfortunate for them that Jerry Jones owns the team. He basically said this week that he will bring Mike McCarthy back.
Mm-hmm. Why do you care about that?
I don't. That's me as a Cowboys fan. It's just like, and I also don't want to see Mike McCarthy in the league anymore. He runs such a fucking antiquated style of offense. There's nothing interesting over there. Give Cooper Rush some credit of like, not being able to handle a snap for those first two games that he came in relief for Dak, and now has like put together a couple kind of reminiscent of last year when he came in and won a few games. Like, the guy can play quarterback, and he does have CeeDee Lamb.
He can sling that rock. I'll tell you that.
Fuck yeah, brother.
He really has been like some really impressive throws where I was like, damn, Cooper Rush.
And then they still have Micah, whatever. It sucks if the Cowboys like end the season somehow 9-8. I'm going to be irate.
Yeah.
Because it's just another year of Mike and Dak and who the fuck knows. But I think the Bucks go in and handle business. I think this is going to be a close fucking game, though, unfortunately.
The Cowboys are really bad at home this year. Like,
that's true.
Like, unbelievably bad.
That sun won't be out, though, because it is the night game.
Yeah.
That devilish Dallas sun.
I don't know if that matters because that affects both teams. It's just kind of like, whatever reason, the Cowboys can't win at home. And so, I'm going to go with the Bucks. And I believe in the Bucks a lot more as a team right now. But the Cowboys aren't like a terrible, terrible, terrible team.
Yeah, they've somehow turned it around on us.
Yeah, they kind of like been playing decent games, keeping it close at least. So, yeah.
What I would do for the Browns to be 6-8.
What would you do? What would you do?
I'd swap my nipples.
Okay.
Like, I'd get them each removed, and then I'd swap them.
That's not a big deal.
That's not a big deal. Have you ever heard of anyone doing that? That's like a theoretical procedure. That's never been done. Like, a lot could go wrong.
Cosmetically, though, I mean, if it went well, it'd look the same, probably, right?
Yeah, but it's never been done.
Are your nipples identical, or do you got like different shit going on?
Tell me, man.
Yeah, right one's got something up with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Or no, you're left. Sorry, my right. Stage left. I would take that one to the doc.
Okay, well, I'm going to take them both there and swap them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, you could do that. Just make sure, check that one. The stage left one. For sure. There's something up with it.
All right, yeah, Bucks here. Last game, Monday night. An absolute thriller in Green Bay.
All right.
Next game.
Yep.
Here we
Monday night.
14 points even. God, I hate when it's not a decimal. It just feels weird. That's a gambler's nightmare right there.
Yeah. Gambler's nightmare is a bunch of other stuff. Something.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Packers are on an absolute heater, really coming. The froth and the cream and all that is rising right to the top of that big cold beer in Green Bay. LaFleur's got it cooking. He's mitigated all Jordan Love's errors, and Jordan Love plays a role in that too because he does throw the ball. But Josh Jacobs, an absolute dog on a dog hunt, on a fox hunt, and the fox is dressed in gold and black this week.
I think this one really comes down to, what Drew Brees can put together on offense versus just what Aaron can put together on offense. But, I mean, obviously, two of the best quarterbacks in the game right now. And so I am excited to kind of, see what happens. Sean Payton, great coach, and obviously Mike McCarthy over there with the Packers. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting no matter what. I'm going to say Greg Jennings, 2 touchdowns.
Packers for me.
Yeah, I picked the Packers as well.
Yeah,
and listen, can I say something really quick?
Go ahead.
Just really quick. We did a 2-hour podcast mostly about sports yesterday with Nerd Sesh. Loved it. Had a great time. You can tell we're a little burnt on the sports talk today.
Yeah, I want to talk about other stuff. I want to talk about I don't even want to talk, honestly.
Yeah, well, we are about to stream on if you're watching this live or just like the premiere or whatever.
You're gonna stream.
We're gonna be streaming on Unlimited for charity, so you can come see us talk there, and it'll
donate some money
casual.
to the Innocence Project.
Yeah, we're doing it for the Innocence Project. And other than that, go watch that Nerd Sesh video if you want to hear us talk about sports more eloquently, and also do a holiday song draft, and just check out Nerd Sesh. We love those guys.
Why did I take all these notes, man? I didn't even use a single one of them.
Yeah. And we put a main channel video out this week and stuff like that. And we got some other videos coming out. And power rankings
and Christmas.
And Christmas is coming up.
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas is coming up.
Comment what you got for your family downstairs, or if you like, comment what you bought for your dad's favorite sports jersey.
Yeah, comment your dad's favorite sports jersey and what you got for somebody for Christmas downstairs.
Yeah.
And also Browns by a Dillion.
You picked the Bengals.
I know. I'm trying to cheer you up because you seem like you're in a bad mood.
I am in a bad mood.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, joy, joy, joy. Life is beautiful. Remember that, okay? This has been Cheap Seats. As always, go Browns, go Lions, go Cavs, and go Christmas.
Go Chris.
Go Christmas. All right, roll it, Tony.
Bye. Dude.
Oh, there. Keep rolling.